Hello, I'm Joan Poliak, Vice Chair of the Casey Family Programs Board of Trustees. Our next honoree has positively impacted the lives of thousands of children. Rob Scheer shares his own story of growing up in the foster care system and adopting 5 children from foster care himself. His advocacy has given him the opportunity to speak at public hearings and to testify on behalf of adopted parents, the LGBTQ plus community, and children and youth in foster care. In 2013, he founded Comfort Cases to directly help children as they enter into care. The organization operates in 50 states and the UK. Let's watch his story.
I truly do believe that each and every one of us have a legacy. And I look at my children and I think about my legacy. I wanted my children to say that my dad, he just didn't talk about it. He actually did it. I live in a little town called Darnestown, Maryland, with my 5 kids and my amazing husband, Reese. We've been in Darnestown for a little over 12 years. When I became a resource parent, I truly walked into it with blinders on. I had been a kid in the system, but I had not known anyone who had been a foster parent since I had actually gotten out of the system. Comfort Cases is an organization that truly brings our community together to make sure that they are giving hope and dignity to our youth in foster care. See the backpacks behind us? They eliminate the trash bag that we seem to give children who are in foster care. It all started when I remembered about the day that I carried a trash bag up a driveway. I was a kid who actually was in the foster care system as well at the age of 12. I graduated from high school, I joined the United States Navy, and I became a very successful businessman. And I never thought again about that trash bag until 13 years ago when 4 of the most amazing humans came to my front door. And all 4 of them were carrying a trash bag. To this day, I still am an advocate to make sure that once a child is adopted out of this foster care system, that the adopted parents are still given support and also that the children have resources to be able to get support as well. You don't have to know someone to love someone. And these children deserve to be loved.
We are so pleased to have you with us, Rob, and to hear more about your inspiring story. On behalf of the Casey Family Programs and the Board of Trustees, I'm honored to present you with the 2022 Casey Excellence for Children Resource Parent Award. Congratulations.
Joan, thank you so much. I am absolutely humbled to receive this award.
Your life journey is remarkable. Can you share with us more about your decision to become a resource parent and ultimately adopt your children?
Well, my story is not like most people that I've talked to. I actually didn't start out wanting to be a resource parent. See, the fact is I actually grew up in the system. I knew exactly what the system was like. I have brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of 10, and most of my brothers and sisters had fallen to the wayside, like we see so many other children in foster care. So knowing that foster care to me meant drug addiction, teenage pregnancy, incarceration, I happened to be one of those kids who made it, and I didn't want to look back to that. It just so happened that my husband and I decided we wanted to adopt, and I wanted to adopt overseas. And he said, explain to me why we're not adopting a child out of foster care. And I reminded him that I didn't like to talk about that part of my life. And he reminded me that maybe that was the reason that I had some of the issues that I had, is that I didn't talk about it. And so we decided to go down to DC Child and Family Services and find out what it would take to adopt a child in foster care. Little would I know that almost 6 months later, four of the most amazing children arrived in my home. And so that's how our journey started.
What advice would you have for someone considering becoming a foster parent, an adoptive parent, or a mentor to youth in care?
First of all, you got to take the first step, and that's to educate yourself. Okay. Everyone needs to educate themselves. Number one, at the end of the day, these are not foster children. Okay. That's what we must understand. These are children who are experiencing foster care. These are children who are in the system because of a choice that someone else made. And not everybody is able to foster five children like my husband and I did, or adopt five children like my husband and I did. But every single person has the most valuable thing in the world, and that is their time. Their time. And the time that they can give to mentor a child in the system could be the difference between that child being in a system and going to a penitentiary, or being in that system and going to a university. And that's what we need to do. And I know that, when we hear the word child, for me, my heart smiles. My heart gets warm when I hear the word children. And so I want people to understand that don't be afraid. The stigma is so wrong when it comes to kids who are in foster care. These are not bad kids. There's no such thing as a bad child. It's a child that needs to be redirected, a child that needs to be loved, and they need to be loved by their community. So if you're going to do it, educate yourself. Number two, take the step, because it is the most rewarding thing you could ever happen. And as I say it all the time, we hit the jackpot with our five kids, and they literally changed our lives. And I couldn't imagine my life without them.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
I would like to tell you, Joan, that number one, it's organizations like yours that truly help build the foundation of what I consider our community. I remind people all the time their community is not their zip code. Our community is our human race. And if we're not helping children, then how truly are we molding our future for tomorrow? Because for every child that is on this planet, when you look in their eyes, what you should be seeing is your future, not just theirs, but your future. So I hope everyone looks up your organization, continues to support it. Thank you for this amazing award. I am absolutely humbled. And I just hope that everyone also goes to comfortcases.org and learns about the mission that we're doing to make sure that we give hope and dignity to our youth that are entering foster care.
Thank you. That was very inspiring and well said. Congratulations again on this well-deserved reward winner. Let's meet our next award winner.